Hey. I really went checking in. Oh my God. Yeah, that was crazy. Hey, come on in. Today we are talking about the 6 steps to self-publishing. Some time ago, some time ago I shared, this is actually from my workbook titled the same thing, 6 steps to self-publishing, a book publishing process. Miss Wynn, how do I publish a book? Lately, we've been talking about writing books. If you joined me this morning, you know that we were talking about a book that I'm writing and that I'm working on. And if you missed it, I do a lot of times like to get started with my writing by hand. And so I have a lot of my material inside of journals. And so my next step then is to go ahead and go through this 6-step process. I'm going to go ahead and show you what the cover looks like. And I'm just going to give you some sneak peeks at the book. It is available right now at MissWynn.com. Check it out, especially if you are a new author or even if you've been in the book publishing game for a little bit and you might need just another look at this. I highly recommend it. One of the things that I see, I'm in some of these self-publishing groups, and a lot of the things that I see in here are, these I don't want to say complaints, but I don't know of a better word, complaints about things being so expensive as far as self-publishing. Listen, a book is a product at the end of the day. A book is a product. Anything that you can sell probably is a product. And, that's just how it is. And so this book is available for $9.99. I know you spent $10 today on junk, right? Okay, every day. If you outside, chances are you have spent $9.99 on some junk. What I am saying is I'm encouraging you to take control over your life. This morning today I've kind of had like a crazy day. Like, it really started off wild with just some personal things going on. But one of the messages that I shared was, hey, at the end of the day, we have to take control over our lives. We have to take control over our author journey. And so you really can't be upset with people and their prices. Like, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand why everything should be so cheap or so affordable when it comes to self-publishing. But if anything should be cheap, it should probably be the information. And so that's what I'm sharing here with you today, straight from my book. Hey, 6 Steps to Self-Publishing, a book publishing process. It is an ebook. I intentionally offered it as an ebook because it is economical. It is for the person who might not be able to afford to dish out a whole lot of money up front. I hope that it inspires you maybe to stack your coins, maybe to save a little bit of money. I think sometimes, like, as writers and as self-publishing authors, we get so excited and we think that, oh, I got a book idea and now I got to put it out right away. Well, my dear, if you don't have the money to put it out right away, then your very next step would be to save your coins. While you're saving your money, I would be meeting with me here every night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, because I have my weekends to myself. But doing that and getting the knowledge that you need to make these informed decisions, so that way when you do get ready to drop a bag on a book publishing service, you're not getting swindled. You're not getting taken advantage of. You know what to expect because you've taken time to do your homework. For me, every time, like I said, I'm in these I'm in these like Facebook groups, and every day somebody is pissed because they can't pay a $400 service. And I'm just so confused. Like, are we not work? Like, I just don't understand it, because there's options. And I think that that's the sentiment that I want to bring across today, is that there are options. If you don't have $400 to dish out for children illustrations, which $400 for some children's book illustrations is freaking cheap, man. Okay, it is so cheap. I worked with children illustrators who want 5 to 10 grand to do amazing, phenomenal work. So if you're like upset that a children's book illustrator is charging you $400, my friend, I really want you to slow down and do your homework on the market. I really want you to get some understanding and get some knowledge about what it is that you're doing before you pursue this. A lot of times our financial struggles, our financial obstacles are really saving us and delaying us to further do some homework, to further look at what are our other options. And sometimes the only other option is to save. And that's okay. That's okay, baby. Look, there's nothing wrong with saving money for what it is that you want to do, right? People do that every day, and you don't have to put your business out there in the street. While you're saving your money, you can be getting the knowledge that you need, so that way when you are spending your bag that you've worked so hard to save, you will not be taken advantage of. And so that's what we're talking about. I'm actually working on another book that goes into financial tips on how to finance your book publishing process. Did you know that you probably can get a personal loan from your bank if you come up with a business plan? Okay, I've had authors raise money like that by they've had good credit, and so they went to the bank and said, hey, here's my business plan, and they follow it, because you are going to want to recoup that money for show, right? And so they know how many books they have to sell. They have a marketing plan. They have a sales strategy. They have all of these different things, but that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about the 6 steps to self-publishing. Again, it is an ebook that I have available at MissWin.com for $9.99. Come on now, somebody. $10. I know you don't have to save up $10. I mean, all you got to do really is just make that decision to go and get it. Oh, it looks like I opened up the wrong file on my computer. I want to make sure that I am giving it to you how it is written, because I am notorious. Hey, come on in. I am notorious for getting off track and going off on a tangent like I just did. So here's the steps. I'm just going to give them to you quick, fast, in a hurry, and I want to focus on a couple of these points. Step 1, do the writing. Do the writing. That's been my message so far this week, is just write. Just get something down on paper. Right now, think later, especially if this is something that you really want to do, especially if it's something that Spirit, God, Source, whoever just gave you to write it down. If you're not honoring that and you're not writing that, what are you doing? Write the book. Write the book right now. Think later. The second step is going to be to design your book. While your book is being... No. Let me back up. 1.5. A step in the middle before your book is designed. You're going to want to have your book edited. Whether you choose to DIY and edit your book yourself, or whether you choose to have an editor edit your book, which I would recommend DIY and having an editor edit your book, and then having another editor look at your book, because listen, we're all human. As an editor, I was an editor maybe 8 years ago when I started my book publishing process. And so I can tell you that there probably were some things that I didn't always catch. I didn't always catch every error because I'm human. And so what I'm saying is, okay, so I have a book here by Stephen R. Covey, The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective People. So this guy here, he has a team of editors. He doesn't just rely on one. He probably has like 4 or 5. And so back to that financial piece, Miss Wynn, I can't afford 4 or 5 editors. Well, then you need to be able to have grace with the one editor that you can't afford. You need to adjust your expectations with where you are in life. If you can't afford 3 and 4 editors, work with the one that you got and do your due diligence. Take your time to edit your work. Take your time to polish your stuff, right? And so if you don't take your time to polish your stuff, you know, what could happen is maybe you put out a second edition that's a little bit cleaner. There's always options I believe, I'm of a mind that for every problem there is a solution. There is a way out. And I think that, you know, as creatives, as creative people, we need to tap into our strength of our imagination. My thing is this: if you can write a book, man, you've probably got a beautiful mind. You probably have a wonderful imagination. And I would encourage you to use it, especially when it comes to problem solving. And so that's my bit on step 1.5. Step 2, design your book. I am a book designer. I format books on Fiverr. I said that this would be something that I do for at least 100 authors. I have 60 more authors to go before I retire my Fiverr account. And so tap in with me, click the link in my bio if you are someone who is needing your book designed. It is my specialty. I've been designing books, I've been designing posters, I've been designing digital products using Adobe InDesign for over 10 years now. And so I love it. I love it. I love it. I can nerd out on some Adobe InDesign and Adobe InDesign trainings. I'm actually working with a pilot instructor right now to help them put together a interactive PDF for their business. And that's another offering that I have for entrepreneurs who are able to afford a $1,000 service. And so throwing that out there. And then the step 3 would be market. Marketing comes before printing. As soon as you have your book cover design, you are going to want to market that baby. You are going to want to tell your community that you have a book coming. You're going to want to show them, hey, look, this is my cover. Hey, you might even want to start getting some of those pre-orders together. Hey, my book is coming. Can I count on you to order it when it comes out? Cool, bing, bang, boom. Sometimes pre-orders don't even have to be like actually collecting the money. It's taking those pledges. It's getting some people's names down on paper. It's collecting email addresses. So that way when your book is available, boom, you send out an email to the people and say, hey, my book is out. Will you follow through with your pledge and order my book today? And please do it today, because this is how I can become a bestseller. Baby, I hope somebody let me know if that was good. If you were going to use that, I hope that works out for you. That was some free game right there. Pre-orders, the sauce, baby, is in the pre-orders. I've seen authors do well, become Amazon bestsellers just straight up from pre-orders. After you market it, then you're going to print it. You could either print it by using a book manufacturer, or you can do print on demand. So, and you can do both. You absolutely can do both. I've worked with authors who were able to. Absolutely. It's going to cost money to order 50 copies of your book, 100, 1,000 copies of your books at once. And so again, you have to take that into consideration when you are, when you are going through the book publishing process? Are you financially able to order 50 copies of your books at a time? If not, print on demand is going to be where you start. And that doesn't mean that you have to stay there. I think that sometimes as self-publishing authors, as independent authors, we overestimate what we can do in a year, and we really underestimate what we can do in 5 years. We underestimate what we can do in 10 years. Like, do you only think that you have a year left on this earth? My God, that's depressing. I'm so sorry if you feel that way. I get it that life is precious and life must be lived in the now. But my love, take your time. Let it flow. Go with the flow. There's no rush. Nobody is rushing you to put out your book. Nobody is rushing you to tell your story. Why not take your time, do a beautiful job, so that way when it does come out, it can be something that you're proud of, something that you've saved up money for, if that's what you want to do, something that you have oh, sorry. My neighbors are outside. I thought it was my daughter. Something that you have grew. Earlier today, I had a meeting with an author, and I was just sharing my heart with them. I said, look, I want to work with people who are concerned about their community. I want to work with the people who support small businesses, those people who, go to the mom and pop shops intentionally, because there's something to be said about people who are involved in their communities. I'm someone who's absolutely involved in my community. I would for sure wear the badge of a community leader proudly, and I just am at this point in my life where I want to be aligned and I want to be surrounded by people who are a part of that tribe. And so if that's not you, not yet. It's not you yet, right? If that's something that you want, it's obtainable. You can get active in your community by volunteering for a cause, maybe that is indirectly or directly tied to the subject matter of your book. And be genuine about it. Don't be in there being slimy and being fake, because that mask will fall off and you will be exposed eventually, okay? But do it. Get active in your community, so that way, your story will be that much more sweeter. I mean, my God, I'm working on the story that I really want to tell, the story that I've been writing for the last, freaking 8-9 years, that has just been marinating, is one about victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. And so this is something I've worked in the field. I've been active in the community with this. And I know that when my story drops, man, I've got a community of people that are going to back me up, and that I know I can email and say, hey, will you buy my story? Hey, I would love to come and speak about my story. I would love to come do this with my testimony. And I just see great things happening from it. But some work has had to be done beforehand. And so I just encourage you that even before your book is published, and we're getting to that. So step 5 is actually publish your book. Before you get to step 5 and publish your book, do some marketing. And that was step 3. Do some marketing. Part of marketing could be getting in your community, showing up, showing your face, not just here online. Absolutely. I would recommend that maybe you start doing your own Instagram lives, sharing your knowledge that is related to the topics within your book. I have a friend who's a dope philosopher. I mean, amazing. I love the way that they think. And just recently they've started sharing their thoughts. Absolutely a thought leader on TikTok. It's been beautiful to watch their journey from where they were to where they are now. And so I'm just encouraging you, to really take some of these points to heart, think about it, meditate on it, and then do what you got to do. And then step 6 is going to be sell, right? And so earlier we started with this talk about finances, just because I just feel like I get so annoyed with like independent authors and just this whole topic about finances. Baby, there's options. There's do to fund your dream? Don't you know? Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Didn't were you ever a child, and maybe not, and so forgive me if that wasn't your experience, but did you ever have someone in your life tell you to save your money? Did you ever have a chance to save money for something that you wanted in your life? Maybe not even as a child, but maybe as an adult. Have you never had to save for like a vacation or for anything? Or did you, like, I'm just curious how that works for you. But, you know, if you are spending money on a self-publishing service, you're going to want to recoup that money. You're going to want to see a return on your investment. In order to do that, you should have a sales strategy. And that's something that I talk about in this next book that I will be releasing in the next week. And so stay tuned. But tonight we were just giving you an overview over the 6 steps to self-publishing, a book publishing process. It is out now at MissWin.com. It is an ebook, and so as soon as you purchase it, it's right there. You just bing, bing, boom, hit download, go through that bad boy. It's very much an overview. I would say it's like a prelude to my next book that's coming out next week, and that I just give you the sauce, baby. I give you all of the details, everything that you need to know. And so stay tuned for information on that. But that is it. I'll be back here again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. This video is going up on YouTube here in just a bit, but I hope that you have found something valuable. If you found value in this, go ahead and click the link in the description and grab your copy of the 6 Steps to Self-Publishing, a book publishing process by me, Aurelia Wynn, Miss Wynn. And I will see you on the next video. Good night.